You blink. It's 3:02 p.m. You blink again. Now it's 3:47. You didn't fall asleep. You weren't distracted. But somehow 45 minutes are gone. Just deleted. You shake it off. Maybe you were just tired. You get up, walk to the kitchen, and right as you open the fridge, a strange feeling hits you. You've been here before. This exact moment. The door, the noise, the smell of orange juice. You don't just recognize it. You know what comes next. Déjà vu. Or a loop in your timeline? You turn your head. On the table, your phone lights up. But for a second, you don't remember putting it there. You start to wonder how much of what I experience is real and how much is my mind filling in the blanks. What if I told you your brain right now is glitching in ways you don't even notice? Not because it's broken, not because something's wrong, but because that's just what minds do. In this video, we'll explore 7 strange, fascinating glitches of the human mind and how to recognize them before they rewrite your version of reality. Because your thoughts might feel true, but that doesn't always mean they are. Mental glitch. Number 1. Missing time. It starts off small. You're sitting at your desk staring at a blinking cursor. You're supposed to be working, writing that email, reading that document, but something feels off. You blink. You glance at the clock. 15 minutes have passed. You don't remember a single thing from them. No distraction, no phone, no noise. You were just gone. Not asleep, not dreaming. Just somewhere between thought and nothingness. It happens again in the shower. One moment, you're lathering shampoo. The next, the water's gone cold and you can't remember if you washed your hair at all. Or walking home. You turn the last corner, and suddenly you're in front of your building, holding keys in your hand, heart pounding with the quiet realization. You weren't fully there. This is known in psychology as dissociation, a soft detachment between your awareness and your reality. Your body keeps going. Your hands type, your legs walk, you function, but your mind steps out for a moment. It's not always dramatic. It doesn't come with flashing lights or existential dread. Sometimes it's just a gap, a piece of life you didn't quite live. It can happen when you're overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, or when you've simply repeated the same action so many times that your brain stops bothering to stay present. The same route home, the same morning routine, the same playlist again and again. Repetition tells your mind, I've seen this before, so it drifts. But here's the strange part. Most people don't even notice it. They write it off as zoning out or being tired. But what if those moments aren't just mental blanks? What if they're signals, little warnings that you're moving through life without really being in it? And what if recognizing them is the first step to waking up? The glitch isn't that your memory failed. The glitch is that you were never fully present in the first place. Missing time isn't always about memory loss. Sometimes it's about self-loss. And the only way back is awareness. Mental glitch number 2. Déjà vu. You're walking through a bookstore, a bell rings. Someone laughs behind you. You reach out and touch the cover of a blue paperback. And suddenly, you've done this before. Not just a similar moment. This moment. The laugh, the bell, the texture of the book. You don't just recognize it. You remember what comes next. The woman 2 aisles over is about to sneeze. The song overhead will skip for half a second. Your phone will buzz. You're not guessing, you know. Déjà vu. A glitch so personal, so vivid, it feels like stepping into a memory you never made. Science says déjà vu is just a misfire. Your brain accidentally files the present moment as a memory, making you feel like it already happened. But that doesn't explain the timing, or the accuracy, or the way your stomach tightens as if you're watching reality fold in on itself. Some researchers believe déjà vu happens when your brain recognizes a pattern too quickly. A sensory combination, similar enough to something you once lived but long forgotten. Like an emotional echo. A scene that rhymes with your past? Others think it's linked to your unconscious mind. Tiny, unnoticed details triggering associations stored deep in your memory. You've never been in that bookstore, but maybe the light, the smell, the rhythm of footsteps behind you matches something your brain once knew. The glitch, then, isn't about memory failure. It's about memory intrusion. Your unconscious stepping into your conscious and whispering, "You've felt this before." But here's the wild part. Sometimes déjà vu comes with more than familiarity. It comes with certainty. You know what's about to happen, and it does. And in that moment, you wonder, is this memory from the past or from the future? Déjà vu exposes a crack in how we understand time, perception, and the self. And it forces us to ask a question most of us avoid. How much of what I experience is truly new? And how much is just my mind, repeating itself, hoping I'll finally pay attention? Mental glitch. Number 3, the Mandela effect. You're having a conversation with a friend. They mention a childhood cartoon, and suddenly the theme song is in your head. The characters, the logo, the exact colors. You swear it was spelled Looney Tunes. They laugh. It's Looney Tunes. It's always been tunes. You grab your phone confident, Google it, stare at the result. They're right. But it still feels wrong. You remember it, clearly. The box in your hands, the title, you're not just imagining it, you're sure. This isn't a typo. This is the Mandela effect of TI. When large groups of people remember the same thing incorrectly. The name comes from Nelson Mandela. Thousands of people remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. Speeches, headlines, even conversations in school. But he didn't die then. He was released, became president, lived until 2013. So how do so many people share the same false memory? Is it just collective confusion? A failure of memory on a mass scale? Or is something deeper going on? Psychologists say memory isn't like a video file, it's like a puzzle. Every time we recall something, we rebuild it. And sometimes we grab the wrong pieces. A classmate said it one way. A TV show reinforced it, you filled in the blanks, and that reconstructed version becomes your truth. The scary part, you don't feel unsure, you feel certain. Because the mind doesn't need accuracy to believe, it just needs familiarity. The glitch isn't just in your memory, it's in your confidence about it. And when enough people make the same wrong puzzle, we start to question the original picture. So the Mandela effect isn't just a curiosity, it's a mirror. It shows us how fragile truth can be, and how easy it is to feel right and still be wrong. That doesn't mean reality is broken. It means your mind is constantly editing, and most of the time, you never notice, until something doesn't fit. And suddenly you realize, even your clearest memories, it might not be yours at all. Mental glitch number 4, the bystander effect. You're walking down a crowded street. A woman trips on the sidewalk. She's clearly hurt, knees scraped, holding her ankle in pain. You slow down, so do others. No one helps. You look around waiting for someone to move first. Someone who looks like they know what to do. Someone older, someone more confident. Anyone but you, but no one steps forward. So neither do you. Later you'll say it was because you thought someone else was going to help. You assumed someone had already called for help. You didn't want to interfere. That's the story your conscious mind will tell you. But underneath that story, there's something else. This is the bystander effect. The more people are around, the less likely it is that anyone will actually take action. It seems backwards. More people should mean more help, more eyes, more hands. But what it really means is more silence, more hesitation. Because the moment we're in a group, something shifts inside us. We become passive. We wait. We scan the crowd for cues on how to behave. And in that waiting, we lose our sense of agency. Psychologists call it diffusion of responsibility. Your brain offloads moral duty into the group. Someone else will do it. Someone else knows better. It's not my job. But there's something deeper. We don't just want someone to help. We want someone to go first. Because going first means being visible. It means exposing yourself. It means risking being wrong. And most of us, even the kind ones, even the brave ones, are more afraid of being judged than of being late to help. The bystander effect isn't just about morality, it's about fear. The glitch isn't that we don't care, it's that we're wired to hesitate on it when all eyes are watching. But here's the thing, someone always has to be first. And sometimes being first isn't about courage, it's about refusing to wait. It's about noticing the glitch and then breaking it. Mental glitch number 5, sleep paralysis. You wake up, your eyes open, you see your ceiling, the shape of your furniture, the faint glow of a streetlight leaking through the curtains. Everything is familiar, but something is wrong. You try to move your arm, nothing. You try your legs, still nothing. You try to speak, but your mouth doesn't work. You are fully awake inside your head, but your body hasn't come with you, and then you feel it, a presence, at the edge of your bed, standing there, watching you. Your heart races, your breath shortens, but your body doesn't respond. You are stuck in a moment between sleep and waking, trapped inside yourself, and the terror feels ancient, primal. This is sleep paralysis, a glitch between body and mind. During REM sleep, your brain shuts off muscle movement to prevent you from acting out your dreams. But sometimes you wake up before that switch is flipped back on. You're awake, but your body is still locked in the safety mode of sleep. It's supposed to last a few seconds. But inside the experience, it feels like forever. And what makes it worse is what we see during it. Because strangely, millions of people around the world report seeing the same thing. A shadow, a figure, something watching, different cultures, different continents, same hallucination. So what's going on? Is this just a side effect of fear? A projection of anxiety onto the darkness? Or is sleep paralysis a state where you're more awake than usual, not less? What if the figure isn't imagined? What if the glitch doesn't hide something, but reveals it? Whatever the answer is, the lesson is the same. You are not always in control of your own body. You can be conscious and but still powerless. And that realization, it stays with you. Because once you've been awake and paralyzed, you understand something most people don't. Being aware doesn't always mean being free. Mental glitch number 6. Doppelgangers. You walk past a mirror, and for half a second, you don't recognize yourself. Not because you've changed, not because you look different, but because, for a moment, your brain doesn't match the image with the identity. You blink, it passes, but something stays with you. A strange feeling, like you were observing a version of yourself from the outside. This is more common than you think. Sometimes it happens during high stress. Other times it shows up during burnout, depression, emotional overload. You catch your reflection and feel detached. You hear your voice on a recording and it sounds like a stranger. You scroll through photos of yourself and wonder, do I really look like that? Do I really feel like that version of me? It's not just visual, it's existential. Psychologists call it depersonalization, when you feel disconnected from your own thoughts, body, or identity. It's like watching yourself in third person. You go through the motions, say the right things, smile on cue, but you're not fully there. You become your own doppelganger, a version of you that functions but doesn't feel. And here's the scary part. People around you don't notice, because you're doing everything right. Only you know something's off. Only you feel the gap widening between who you are and who you're pretending to be. This isn't just psychological, it's deeply human. We all carry versions of ourselves we've outgrown or abandoned or buried, and sometimes they come back. In mirrors, in memories, in moments of stillness. And ask, are you still you? That question isn't meant to unsettle, it's meant to awaken. Because the glitch isn't seeing another version of yourself, it's forgetting who you are, while still going through the motions of being alive. And once you notice that gap, you have a choice to close it, to return to yourself, to stop being your shadow and start being real again. Mental glitch number 7, quantum immortality. You should have been hit. The car missed you by inches. You stepped into the street without looking. You heard the screech, and somehow you're still standing. Your heart is pounding, your hands are shaking. You keep replaying the moment in your head. It doesn't make sense. It was too close, too lucky, and then it happens again. Weeks later, you slip down the stairs but land on your feet. You almost choke, but catch your breath. You have a fever that should have put you in the hospital, but you wake up fine. Eventually, you stop saying, that was lucky, and start thinking, why am I still here? This is where some people start talking about quantum immortalities, the theory that every time you almost die, your consciousness jumps to the version of reality where you survive. From your perspective, you never die. You just keep slipping into timelines where you barely made it. Sounds like science fiction. Maybe it is. But emotionally, haven't you felt it? That eerie awareness that something should have ended and didn't? That feeling of, I don't know how I got through that? Psychologically, we experience it as survivor dissonance, the mind's attempt to make sense of why we're still here when we so easily could not be. And here's where it gets deep. Some people carry guilt. Others feel chosen. Some feel lost. Others feel like they've been given a second, or third, or 100th chance. Whether it's real or imagined, the glitch is this. We don't always feel like we belong in the life we're still living. But maybe the point isn't to understand why you survived. Maybe the point is to honor that you did. To stop asking, why me? And start asking, what can I do with the time I have left? Because whatever version of you is reading this, you're still here. And that has to mean something. What if the glitches aren't mistakes? What if they're messages? Subtle reminders that your mind is not a machine, but a living, breathing mystery, capable of brilliance and imperfection and wonder. Maybe the déjà vu was never a glitch, but a gentle reminder to slow down. Maybe the memory you swore was real wasn't meant to be accurate, but meaningful. Maybe missing time is your brain begging you to come back. And maybe the fact that you've survived so many moments where you thought you wouldn't isn't random. It's your proof that you're still being shaped by something greater. You're not broken. You're just glitching like everyone else. And once you learn to see those glitches, not as flaws, but as signals, you start to move differently, more aware, more awake, more connected to the present moment and to yourself. If this video helped you see your mind with a little more compassion, if it made you feel understood, even for a second, you're not alone. Subscribe, stay close, and let's keep decoding these glitches together. Because the more you understand your mind, the less you fear it, and the more power you have to live, fully awake, even when the system flickers.